My name is Paul Bullen, and this is the story of how I started Choir on the Green. That's me, the day I discovered my own elbow. Ever since I was old enough to pick up a drum, I loved music. I spent my childhood watching my parents play in bands, dreaming one day I'd be up there too, just like my musical heroes, Nirvana and Rage Against the Machine, smashing up the place high on a cocktail of drugs and rock and roll. Everything told me it was my destiny to be a rock star. However, during my teen years, like so many kids do, I lost my way and got in with the wrong crowd. Suddenly I was hanging out with a load of theatre kids who liked show tunes. My parents were distraught. They gave me my first electric guitar hoping that I'd re-find my love of sex, drugs and rock and roll, but I was a lost soul. Things got bad fast. Before I knew what had happened, I checked into performing arts college. I barely listened to my Nirvana CD for 3 years. I was too busy learning to salsa dance. This was me, or so I thought. One day though, during a spontaneous group sing-along of songs from Cats the Musical, everything changed. I didn't know a single word. Who was I kidding? I was no musical theatre kid. I was a fraud, and it was time to let go. Fast forward to my 20s and I found myself in the exciting world of television during the explosion of reality TV. I worked on shows from Fame Academy to CD UK to Big Brother. Life in showbiz was fast-paced with long days and late nights. In many ways it mimicked my rock star dreams, but something was still missing. I knew deep down I still needed a band, but who could I find to sing lead vocals?
The winner of the X Factor 2010 is Matt.
After Matt Cardle won the X Factor, somehow I found myself in his band. Life was sweet. We toured the nation playing some of my favourite venues and living the dream. TV shows couldn't get enough of us.
They're performing the new top 10 single live. It is called, Ruth.
It's called Loving You.
Matt then teamed up with Melanie C, and suddenly we were practically members of the Spice Girls. We played hard and we partied harder. If young Paul could see me now. Yep, it's fair to say life was pretty great, and it felt like it would last forever. Unfortunately, one evening when the band and I were having a jam session inside a flaming demonic star, I felt a sudden foreshadowing, as if the Grim Reaper himself was present. How could I have been so naive? I was already over 30. The stats were clear to see. I'd reached pop and rock star life expectancy, and at best I had 6 to 8 months left to live. I looked through the list of artists who died aged 27. Everyone I loved was dead. I felt just like Marius from Les Miserables. I knew it was time to walk away. I needed a new career. I needed a new hero, a living hero. But who? Whom? But whom? I went back to my childhood home in search of answers. It was a whimsically crisp October morning. My childhood bedroom hadn't been tidied since the 1940s, but I didn't care. I knew somewhere inside this old chest would be the inspiration I was searching for. And that's when I saw it. Of course! My whole life I've been so set on being in a band that I'd overlooked the most exciting music career of them all. I didn't need a band. I needed a choir. From this day forward I'd be inspired by the greatest rock star of them all, Gareth Malone. I teamed up with a lovely lady named Julie and found a village hall in the picturesque setting of Ashley Green, Buckinghamshire. We ran a free trial session, but sadly not long after Julie moved away. It was make or break time. Do I go it alone? Hell yes! On October 5th, 2015, Choir on the Green was born. 21 brave singers turned up and sang their hearts out. 2 months later, we had our first gig. We knew it was the start of something special. From 2016, Choir steadily began to grow. By now, we already had at least 12 ladies named Sue. Village halls went from empty to full. Performances went from mildly boring to excellent. And as for Choir, well, they were picking up awards, plastic awards, left, right and centre. So that's the story of how I met Choir on the Green. And now, it's time for you to meet them too.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
It's time! Please welcome Choir on the Green!